Alright, my number one priority right now, well, I got a rock job I need to get started on here pretty soon, but I got to get this grasshopper mower going because I'm going to put it on my truck this year. It's going to be one of my main mowers for mowing. It's a 52, so we better get this. I got to pull this motor off. It's leaking somewhere. I got to figure out where it's leaking oil. Okay. Let me get what I gotta do though before I can clean this. Before I can work on this, I gotta clean this garage up a little bit more. It's a big mess. We gotta get this garage in better shape. I'm gonna get this chipper somewhere in here. Let me see what I can do. Okay, boys and girls and everything in between. Let's get underneath there and see what we gotta get here. Let's see about getting this motor here loose. What we got to do here? 1, 2. That ain't too bad. Look at that. One, 2. Them down there go in that way. These here go in the other way. This one goes in from the, it goes down. There's my seal. I think it's leaking up at the top. I don't think that seal's leaking because it ain't dripping right now. I think that big washer's on it right now, actually. Or is that the crank? That's actually part of the crank. Yeah, that is the crank. Okay. Okay, we gotta take the 1, 2. This is the clutch stuff. I need to get this thing to the car wash probably sometime tonight. Could just been that damn. We're gonna tell you, see what this is here. I might ought to clean this up, make sure it just ain't leaking in them lines or something. But we got to get this off of here if I'm going to start it. I think I'm going to fire this thing up. See if I can find the leak. Okay. Let me get that pulley pulled back a little bit and the battery in it. See if we can start it. I don't know what I was thinking. I got it tore down too far to start. I got the flywheel off of it already. The flywheel's off of it and everything. And it's got the magnets that come around there by these coils to make it run, but not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna pull the motor all the way off and go from there. Okay, let's get that motor off there. Okay, we got her unbolted. I'm draining the rest of the oil that was in it out in this here pan. She's draining a little bit. That carburetor was a mother to get off there. These screws here, oh yeah, they're kind of corroded. I'm gonna have to run a tap in there and clean them all up. They've had some stuff on them. Them gaskets look okay though. This gasket right here is leaking a little bit, and I'll replace that one underneath that little cover. I hope these hoses are alright. It's just a vacuum though. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over here in a little bit. I gotta take this off. Maybe. We may try to flip it over. But leave it on there. I'm gonna look at this gasket here and see if I see any leaks coming out of that. I think it might have just been the seal. Yeah, these dang oil lines, I don't know if they were leaking or not. Could have been this. Could be leaking right in there. We'll flip it over and see. Okay. We'll flip it upside down here in a minute. Give you guys a little update. Got oil everywhere. It's a big freaking mess. But no, this gasket is all screwed up all the way around on here. She was leaking, I'd say. Uh-oh. Gosh dang gasket. I gotta keep all that gasket up out of there. I don't want to get in the oil port in my crank and blow it up. Crank and everything. This clean motor. She's pretty clean. I just got to get this gasket all off of here. And then I got to clean the cover. This is oil pan. Got to clean this all off. Then I got to put it back together. It's got the bearing right there for the crank. Crank looks brand new. We got to replace that oil seals down in there on the back side of here. There's an oil seal right there we got to replace. And clean all this gasket off this pan. I should have ordered these already. Now I got to order this stuff. Probably be putting it back together, I'd say next week. It'll take about a week. I hope I can get it that quick. Okay, we'll order here in a little while. I'll let my wife order them. Ha! Okay, let me get this cleaned up. I'm scraping it off with the my gasket scraper I bought when I was 16. I've had this since I was 16. Okay. Okay, I got it all tore apart. I'm going to go order my gaskets. I need to cover this up probably with something. I'll lay something over here in a minute. I'm going to have to take that oil pump out so I can put it back together right. Yeah, pretty sweet. She's a good looking motor, just got to get it back together. We're not leaking. She's a leaker. Okay, that'll be alright. Okay, so I got to go order my parts, and then I'll be back with you on this one here when the parts come in. Alright, what I'm doing right here is tightening up. I mean, I'm not tightening these. I'm cleaning the threads on these here with this old freaking grinder. Okay, I ain't gonna do all of them for you. You get the point. That's what I'm doing right now, cleaning these bolts. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of them to go. I think I'm zoomed in a little bit so you guys can see that, what the hell? So you can see what I was doing. So I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of them to go there, and, yeah, there ain't no sense in showing that all day long. Alright, we'll talk to you later and on the next step. Okay, ladies. I got these little bolts, these little screws here were in there holding the oil pan. They were torque bits. Oil pump. Anyway, I took it apart already, but I was going to show you. It's got an O-ring right here. Then I took a magnet and I pulled the gears out like this. Kept them together. Then you got to go down here and get the rod. Pulls the rod out. That's your rod that hooks into your crank, and then it goes up in this slot on the gear and spins it like this. So, okay. Then I pulled you got a little screen here, and this screen had some old gasket material on it, keeping it from getting into the, see all that? It was all up on there, keeping it from getting into the oil pump and running it through the bearings. So you gotta make sure you clean that screen. I could have just slapped it all back together and not cleaned this up, and it would have. It wouldn't be getting the amount of oil it probably needs, because gasket, it had all this gasket material that was blocking the screen off about halfway. So just wanted to show you that. You want to make sure you get that screen clean and make sure you put it back in the right direction. You want to put it in like this, where it's kind of curved with the aluminum. This kind of fits in a little slot right here, so you'll be able to do it. Okay, that's all I was going to show you there. I'm going to clean that stuff up. Alright, next step. Okay, I did take it over here and give it somewhat of a bath. We had to clean her up a little bit. It was pretty dirty. He screamed and whined, didn't want to take a bath, but we made him get in there and take a bath anyway. We take this little brush here and get in all the crevices and do like this. Now we're going to give it an air dry and dry her off. So that's the bath. We'll give it an air dry and blow the rest of that off of there. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but there's a little seal right in there I'm going to replace. But it was on this, there's some little bearings. See these little bearings, bushing bearings? They rode in here. This is the governor rod, but yeah, it goes in here like this. Well, anyway, it rides in there and it pokes out here when I get ready to put it back together, but I'm not ready to put it back together right yet. Got to clean this up so it'll push through that seal good. I'm going to get that seal out with a screwdriver. Pops out right there. I thought might as well replace that while we're in here because I don't want to do it later. It gets hot. Okay, I just showing you I'm replacing that seal too. So, alrighty. Sorry I didn't turn my camera on earlier. I got my bolts started going in, some of them. I'm just kind of going around here. I put some silicone on it. I was going to use black, but I don't know why I thought I had black, but this red works. I use it on all kinds of valve covers and oil pans back in the day. I kind of like the black stuff, but this here's a high temp too. Probably the same thing as people. Some people like black, some people like red, some people, I don't know what the other color. Blue's mainly for water. Two more to go in something. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10's down in there already. And we're just going to crank them down. Whoa, there's some wind outside. Hope don't blow my barn down on me. It ain't a very good barn. Got to do some barn work on this shop too someday. This ain't quite the right kit. I was working on that O-ring on that governor. If it leaks, I had to put the old one back in because this kit ain't quite the right size. The kit I got, the governor rod was way smaller. So I just put the old one back in. Pray it don't leak. There, Lord. Let's pray that my governor seal does not leak. And if it does, not very bad. And we could just replace the oil that it does leak out with fresh oil, so that way our motor has nice fresh oil in it every week. I don't mind if it does leak out like a quarter of a quart maybe in a week's worth of mowing or something. That way I get some fresh oil in it. Just gonna tighten these up a little bit. I'm going into aluminum, so I don't want to torque it too much. What I may get is just tighten them up a little bit more. That ought to do it. I think it'd take about 10 or 12 pounds of torque, probably with a torque wrench. So let's put a torque wrench on it at 10, see what it is, if it clicks or not. Okay, I got it set on 12 pounds. So let's see if that clicks. That ought to be plenty. That's too much. I think it's going to strip it. I don't want to strip it. That's too much weight. Let's take her off a little bit. I'm just going to do it with a ratchet. I don't trust that thing. Where's my dang thing? That was pretty tight. I don't want to break it. That's crazy tight. We get them all that tight, they'll be good. Half pass. That's good enough. I'm afraid to go any tighter. I got them pretty tight. Tight enough. Sweet! We got the gasket on. Hope I didn't leave nothing out. Okay. Now I'm going to flip that motor over and see what we're going to do at the top. I know not all of you put seal in the same way, but I don't know. I'm just going to do it this way, by hand. Just feeling it. Oh, baby. Come on. I put a little bar oil on it to get it to slide in. Making sure it don't want it to roll. Let me get me a little something that's happening there with. A little tap. Just use these 2 punches. Use this flatter in here. Looking pretty good. Looks like she's going in okay. Come on, little mama. Okay, let me get something else. I'm gonna have to get something else. Mama, mama. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn you off for a second. Okay, I'm back. Got me an old pin here out of a door. I think that's about it. We'll stop right there. It had a lip down in there to stop on. That's good enough. I don't want to go too far. I might have went too far already. If it leaks, I'll be crying the blues. Pull her back out. Okay, while we're here, let's put this oil pump back together. First thing I gotta do is look down in here, see where that oil pump is. Drop this down in it. Oh yeah. Drop that rod in there. Then we take the oil pump, put it in here. That spins around like that. Gets a bunch of oil in there, and when it smashes back together, it's pushing it out through here into your toward your piston, your crank. Now we'll just say a little prayer that this don't leak, because I don't have another one because this is the wrong size. Wrong. Let me double check my kit. My kit's not quite the right one. So we'll just say a prayer that will seal back up. Yeah. In Jesus' name, please make this seal work again. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, now we want to take this little mark toward that. Was it like that? Or was it like that? You know what? It only goes one way. I think. It would go like that. I'm thinking it was supposed to be like this. Man, which way did I say that went? I think I wanted it to go like this. Oh, well, this is what I went off of. That little thing there. It went like this. Yeah, it fits that pretty good too. Yeah, I went to this. That round one to that round one. Took me a while to remember, but I finally did. Okay, these had some kind of yellow Loctite. I wish I had some of that. I'm just going to put a dab of silicone on them. It'll hold them in there. Put a little dab of silicone on my threads. Make it sticky. Sound like somebody dropped something off in my drop box. There's the air compressor running. Good old air compressor. I don't want much on there. This is a little bit on my threads and kind of gum them up. Oh, you guys made me forget the screen. Why'd you let me forget to put the screen in? Dang it. You can't let me forget that. Okay. That screen goes right in here. Like this. Exactly like that. You guys almost messed me all up. You know, I would have blamed you guys. I gotta find my torque bit. Torque these down to half past the monkey. But where is that new torque bit I had, bruh? There's that. I'll turn you guys off. I gotta find my tools. Okay, I just tightened it up. Probably almost too tight. I don't want the strip out though. I think I might have drove that seal in a little too far. Dang it. I hope it don't leak. I think I drove it in a little too far. I can see it where east to right there, but I'm just going to leave it. I could drive the old one in right behind it. Some people do that. Some people take their old sill and run it in right with it, and they leave both of them in there. But we're going to leave it like it is. I think it'll be okay. There's a lip down there for it to stop on. It may have just cleaned it off when I pushed it in there and made it look that way. So anyway, I'm ready to flip it over, I guess. If this leaks, I'm going to cry for a little while, and then I'll have to take it back apart and fix it. But my battery's getting low on my camera, so I'm going to go eat lunch and charge you guys back up. And we'll come back out. But before I go in, I'm going to flip that motor over. If the battery goes dead while I'm doing it, then, well, actually, I think I'll just move it off of here, because I want to clean this mower up a little bit. Let me see if I can find a good place to set this. I'm going to take it to the floor and flip it upside down on the floor. I mean, stand it up on the floor. That way you can set it on the alternator stuff. Oh, gosh. It's kind of heavy. I could set it that way. That won't be too bad. That way I can grab this muffler and this crank and set it down on the floor. Whoa, I'm still hooked to something. What's got me? What the heck has got a hold of me? You got a hold of me. Are you stuck in there or something? Oh, it's on that. Let's turn this way for a minute. Vent lines of the fuel tank. Good gosh. Good night. Where's my pliers? Need a pair of pliers. Might need 2 pair of pliers. Get off there. She's coming. Oh, yeah. Good thing that came off. Alright, set this baby down here on the floor. She's all turned around backwards. Supposed to go this way. She's all a mess. Oh. Oh. Woo. Alright. Yeah, I gotta clean all this off. Look how dirty this is. Let me see if I got something I can show you. I got a pry bar here. Clean all this. Whoa, where am I? There's my pry bar. I'm gonna clean all. Look at all that yucky. Ooh, yucky. There, get all this cleaned off. That's all the oil that was leaking out of that engine. So we'll get this all cleaned up after lunch. There's my motor sitting in the floor. I got parts scattered everywhere on here, up there in that pan. There's the flywheel, my clutch and stuff down there. I need to clean it up a little bit. So, and right in here is a gasket I need to replace. That's underneath there. I might not replace that. I might though. I'll have to see if it looks like my gasket could have fit it. If it does, I'll replace it. I'm replacing, you know, more or less everything I can. Oh my goodness, we're leaking oil. Let me put that drain plug back in real fast. That kind of ticks me off. That sucks. Where the hell is my drain plug? Man, I hope I didn't put that seal in too deep. This needs some tape on it. Nah, we'll just let it leak. I'll put some floor dry down to catch it. What? You got an animal on there? let her soak it up. Woo! Okay. Still recording. Let me back you guys up there. Whoa! Okay. I'm about to run out of battery. We'll come back out here and hook this motor up there in a little while. Right now I'm going to go eat. So, find something to eat. I don't know. I got a little bit of a cold. So, okay, yeah. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.